I'm Ashley Adams here at the 2016 Junior-Nationals for NPC News Online. I'm standing here with Brent and Autumn Swansen, and I'm going to start with you, Brent. I hear you're 2 weeks out. Where are you going?
In 2 weeks, I'm going to compete at the NPC Wings of Strength Tim Gardner show, and the show that I've been prepping for the last year started actually the day after I took my class and narrowly lost the overall at the Junior USAs. That we both talked that the USAs this year was going to be the show that we felt like I could do good at, and kind of the next step in the direction I'm trying to go. So
what challenges have you had with this prep in comparison with other preps?
Actually, this prep's gone really well. No prep's easy. I'm a type 1 diabetic since I've been 4 years old, so there's things that I have to deal with on a daily basis, controlling my blood sugars. When the prep gets really towards the end and the carbs drop and everything, I really have to keep a very close eye on my blood sugar to make sure it doesn't drop, because if it drops, then I have to eat unwanted calories. But it's gone really well this year. I'm the type of competitor, I'll be a super heavyweight. But we've talked about my game plan, and my game plan has been to bring up areas that I need to bring up. But to compete and do well against these guys, our goal is just to be the most conditioned super heavyweight on stage this year. So that's my goal. My goal always is to beat my last year's version. So that's just really kind of where we're at right now.
Is there any body part that you've been working on more than you usually do?
Yes. The last year I've really brought up my legs. Conditioning's always been pretty easy for me, just because I will do the suffering it takes to get to the hardness and graininess that I need to get to. But I feel like my overall shape and structure, I've gotten wider up top because I have a wider waist. My back has gotten bigger, and my legs, especially my quad sweep and my hamstrings, have gotten better. So overall, I just really focused on my overall shape and symmetry, and I feel like bringing that to the stage with my conditioning, hopefully I'll just bring my best package, and that's kind of what I'm focusing on right now.
All right, I'm going to move to Autumn for a minute. Autumn, where were you last? Where's the last place we saw you?
The Arnold Classic, where I won.
She won, and congratulations. You are such an inspiration to so many people. Where are you going next?
Next will be the Olympia, so I'm excited to go there this year as a true contender. Last year we were just blessed, still are blessed just to even be able to do this sport, but we had the mentality of, oh my gosh, we get to go to the Olympia. So this year it's like, oh my gosh, I get to go to the Olympia, and I was top 5 last year, so we're hoping that I'll be even better this year. So we were so ecstatic with 5th place, and that automatically qualified me. And then now here I've won the Arnold. So now that I'm kind of in as one of there's this gnat flying around. So yeah, edit all that, Joe. So where should I start back at it? So we're just excited this year to go with a true mission and more of a purpose. And so, yeah, we're just going to give it our all and see how it pans out.
And what have you been working on since the Arnold, preparing for the Olympia?
Well, I am proud of myself because I feel like I have continued to grow, and just my body fat is of course up, but I still feel like I've put on quite a bit of lean quality muscle. So I've really kept my cardio in check, and my diet has been the cleanest it's ever been for an off season. So I'm pretty excited about what I'm going to reveal.
And you guys are probably the ultimate power couple. Tell me a little bit about how you play off of each other.
Well, he looks like this right now, and I look like this right now. So I'm trying to get like him, and then he's going to try to get like me, and then we go back and forth. So it'll be exciting because we're actually he's going to be in way more shape, but we're going to be in similar show shape at the same time for Vegas. So we're excited about that. We hope to get some good quality pictures and footage, and because we're just making memories like this. We're going to look back at this and be like, we did this, remember how awesome those years were of our life. So, we're just blessed.
And Brent, can you give me a little bit of insight? You were just telling me about how you train together, how you diet together, how you prepare for shows together. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's awesome just how everything unfolds. Just she's my best friend. We're both each other's best friends. We're both each other's biggest fans, biggest supporters. And what people might not know is this isn't all we do. I know a lot of people, the competing and the personal training things is typically what they do. She's a doctor. She's a full-time physical therapist. I'm a school teacher, and I do train some people on the side. And we're just there for each other, and I think that's just so important. It's brought us closer to one another, and this is just a hobby that we both can do and both enjoy, and just give back to as well. Especially with her, she's just such a giving person, and it's just very. We're at a time right now. We've been doing this for a while. It's just very. Fun to be able to be at where we're at now and just keep growing, and then just try to be the best versions on the inside and the outside that we can be.
Well, can you give somebody who's watching you, who looks up to you, some advice? Where should they start?
I would just say, I think during doing the sport, it's not about just the outside, it's the inside too, and just be true to yourself, be true to your values, don't sacrifice everything for the easy and the short term. Just stay true to who you are, and everything will turn out to be great. And the thing is that if you stay true to yourself, there's no regrets, and just push as hard as you can, train as hard as you can, and enjoy life, enjoy the process. You hear so many competitors, I feel like, complain about the diet, complain about the process, and it's like, if you're not enjoying it, these are crucial years of your life, and enjoy it. You want to enjoy life. This is what we love to do, so do it with everything that you got, go 100%, and just give all you can.
What about you, Autumn? Can you give any girls that look up to you any advice?
Well, I would say take everything as a victory, the ups and downs, no matter where you place, because you should always be doing what you can to be your personal best. So whether or not you win or lose, none of that matters, because everything should be perceived as a win. So every opportunity you can to take advantage of everything that might appear negative at the time, turn it around for the positive. And because there's going to be times, we've all been there. You don't just get into bodybuilding and just win. I think it's amazing what I've done, which is it's traditionally for people, it's going to be going through a lot of losses. I'm just lucky. I kind of took the fast route with fitness and to the pros, and kind of rode that out. But for some people, it's such a long journey. We've all been in those last call outs, and then there will come a day when you're in those first call outs, and then there will come a day when you're in the center or on the end or whatever, and just gain every little bit of knowledge you can from all the people that that have been in the industry, that have seen so much. So I think just over the years, we've just taken bits and pieces from not only our personal experience and personal things that we've realized, but what other people have pointed out to us. So yeah, sometimes that takes even years to see, but you're like, oh yeah, it all circles back around. So
Brent was just telling me, he's a teacher, you're a doctor. How do you keep a balance in this life with the bodybuilding and all the other stuff that you do?
Well, we just do the best we can. We try to stick to some rules of not using our cell phones past a certain time at night, because we're only with each other a few hours of the day. And then my obligation to him this summer is that since he's a teacher and he's off, he's still training and still working, but he's off of teaching school, that I'll go into work earlier and get off earlier. And we just got a boat, so we live on the lake, so we want to enjoy that. And we're always improving, trying to. There never seems to be enough hours in the day, but it's well, everyone else has the same exact time. So, and that's what God's given us. And so it obviously is enough. So even though we have to stop a lot of times and remind ourselves of that, he's really great about planning things for us to do. So he's definitely the planner. So I'm very grateful because I'm always raring to go, but I'm never planning. So if it wasn't for him, we would definitely not get the stress relief and breaks that we need. So thank you.
I think, to add to that too, I think, just in life, when you're with your partner and everything, we are so busy and we're involved in a lot of things. But I think, my whole goal is to put her above myself, and she puts me above herself. And I think when we both give to one another, it ends up working out, because I know she always has my best interest at heart, and I always have her best interest at heart. So it just kind of it works out. And there's times now, and deep in the contest prep, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of sacrificing, but it's doable. And like I said, just we stay true to who we are to each other, and that's just kind of how it works.
Remind each other that we chose to do it. Nobody's forcing you.
That's true. While you're in Chicago, going to see anything? Did you plan anything for Chicago? I'm on the spot.
And it's my birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Birthday weekend was yesterday. She's 32. I just turned 30. My birthday was the 9th of June. Hers is the 16th. Right now, I'm just so focused on this show, these shows coming up. There's really not going to be any cheat meals or anything like that. In all honesty, we were talking about on the drive up here, we're about 3 hours south of Chicago. It's just nice to be able to hang out and not have to worry about the day-to-day grind, and just hang out with each other, and just like the meaning, just the small things add up too. Like, for instance, today we went to Trader Joe's and we got just some different groceries that we don't find in our small hometown, and just hung out with each other. And I mean, it doesn't always have to be a big production. It can just be in the everyday tasks that you do in life, just hanging out and being able to spend good quality time with each other. So as far as any Cubs games or Giordano's Pizza or anything like that, not this weekend, but we still just had a blast, just hanging out and being around competitors, and just being around the sport, so.
What about you? Any big birthday goals, any plans?
No, we already celebrated, but we're just here. And although I would like to have some Giordano's pizza at some point, but the good thing about Giordano's pizza is you can't eat very much,
Because it's so lucky. So that's good. But yeah, I do plan on hopefully getting to make it to that. So.
All right, guys, is there anything else you want to add? Anything you want to tell anybody watching you?
I guess just on that note, like we said, living your life. I have always celebrated no matter what. When I'm in contest prep, I've celebrated special occasions, because you aren't promised tomorrow. So I've always said that ever since he's known me, and so I will continue to do that. So don't be afraid as well. Don't get so caught up into it that it's all you do, and you can't. I mean, there's been endless times where we've sat at things that we can't partake in. You get your Diet Coke or your coffee or your water, and so there's been a lot of things that we've had to sit through. But then, it's a sacrifice, but then at the same time, you got to pick and choose where you want to have some fun and let loose, or else you will not succeed in bodybuilding. You just won't. So you have to have that balance too. So it's not, in my mind, when you have a cheat meal set aside, that's part of your plan. That's your plan. So I know everyone has their different takes on that, but just don't get so caught up into it, so regimented and so alienated that you leave out all of the world, because I see that a lot. So I think we're both trying to always combat that. It's a very selfish sport. So
Such good advice. You are so inspirational to so many
thanks.
people. What about you? Anything you want to add?
Just kind of going off of that. I mean, you're not. How do I want to say this? We both work crazy hard at what we do because we want to excel and to the highest level that we can, not just to get a trophy, but to better ourselves. Our whole goal is, when we look at last year's version, we want to be better than last year's version. But then at the same time, like she said, you just have to pick and choose how you do it and how you get along with doing the sport. And I think that that's kind of how we've been able to do it for the long haul. I mean, I've competed since I've been 20. I'm 30 now. She's competed since she's been 22. We've been doing this for about 10 years, and it's a lifestyle for us. We don't get ready for one show and say, oh, we're done. I mean, this is just what we do. And I think in order to do that, you just got to really have have the right mindset. And I think the battle starts in the mind first. And once you have the mind under control, everything else just flows a lot easier.
All right, guys. Well, it was so good to talk to you. Thank you so much. Best of luck to you at your show, and we'll be watching you at the Olympia. Congratulations for reaching that point. I'm Ashley Adams here with Brent and Autumn Swansen, 2016 Junior Nationals, NPCnews.com.